everyone, and welcome back to yet another beautiful episode of the MyZone Online School. My name is Maricel Stoffberg, and today we have such an exciting, wonderful lineup for you. I hope you are as ready as I am. But before we start, please remember to always sanitize your hands. And then our theme for this week, which we should all remember, is washing our hands thoroughly. So remember 20 seconds. You can do it more, but let's not waste water. So 20 seconds, and make sure you wash every bit of your hand. So now we will be checking in with our pre-primary and grade 1 learners for week 3, lesson 4.
Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Welcome to MyZone Online School. My name is Teacher Khwakus and I'm joined by my friend. This week's theme is all about the 5 senses. But before we start, let's sanitize our hands. It is very important to do so the germs can all die. But if you don't have a sanitizer at home, please go ahead and use soap and running water. Today's lesson is all about handwriting and letter N. Can we turn to page 17? Let's look at page 17. What can you see? What picture is there? Yes, I can hear you. Just say it out loud. A nest. Yes, you are right. What sound does it start with? N is the name of the letter and the sound is N. 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 Wonderful. I can hear you can say it correctly. But before we do the exercise, let's practice writing the letter N. We start at the top. Always we start at the top. It's good to make a little dot so that you can remember how to go. We start at the top, we go down, up again, and we make a hoop. Go down. Let's do another one. We start at the top, we go down, up in the same line, and make a hoop again. Wonderful. Now our friend is going to help us to write the letter N on the board. Go down, down, Noah. Go down, up again with the same line, and make a little hoop. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Now let's look at the page 17. We have got the first letter written in the box. Can you please take your pencil, hold it correctly in your 3 fingers, like this, and write the letter. Start at the top, start at the arrow, go down, with the same line, go up, and make a hoop. And then you stop. Try and keep the letter writing in the box. Try and keep to the size of the letter, and you can practice this all by yourself. Hope you have enjoyed that one. Now we move on to page 18. Let's look at the pictures of page 18. I can see beautiful pictures there, and some of the pictures are starting with the N sound, letter N, and the sound it starts with is a N. So can we go through the pictures quickly and see which ones are starting so that you can color them in when you are done. The first 2 I will do for you, and the rest of the paper you're going to do all by yourself because you are excellent. Nose, nose, it's for nose. And the next one next to the nose is the umbrella. Can you hear the sound? N, N, So you need to find out which one is the beginning sound and which letter sounds the same so that you can color that in at home all by yourself. I know you can do it. Can we turn to page 19? This exercise is very important because we are reading and writing from left to right. So please remember to start on the thick line when you do this exercise. Starting on the first one, I will try and do that with you. We start with the line down. Remember to keep the crayon or your pencil in the hand until you are done on to the end of this exercise. Don't lift up your hand. Just try and keep it in on the lines. Don't move it up until you are done. Wonderful. Don't remove your hand until you are done with that line. Then we do the next one. Can Noah help us to try and do that? Can you start at the left? He's just going to do some part for us to see how to do it. Okay? Just show us. Thank you so much. Wow. Well done, Noah. Now we can stop so that our friends can finish the rest of the exercise at home. Can we move to page 4? This is also a similar exercise. We start at the left and then we take the line up to the right hand side. So let's look at the pictures. I'm going to do the first one for you. There is a kettle and a cup at the end where you pour your tea inside. So when you start at the arrow, Just keep your little hands on the line until you finish at the cup. Thank you so much. Do the next one with the banana up to the bunch of bananas and the baby crawling to the mother and this girl going to school. Well done. Do that all by yourself. I know you can do it. Well done.
Hi everyone, my name is Shoshi and I am Peg. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
Thank you, teacher Lindina, for teaching us all about handwriting and the letter N. N for nose, which I'm not allowed to touch along with my eyes. So next we will be checking in with our grade 2 and 3 learners for week 3, lesson 4.
Hello friends, welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Miss Guriras. Say hello to Landra here. This week's theme will be culture and cultural events. Before we start with our today's lesson, pardon me, let us quickly put on our mask, sanitize our hands to keep our germs free between the fingers, nicely around the thumbs. All right, today's lesson will be vowels, phonics, prepositions, and articles. Right, I would like for us to turn to page 18, grade 2 level. We are going to be focusing on the long and the short vowels. And the instruction says, color the long vowel with red and the short vowel with blue. But what are long and short vowels? Let me quickly explain it to you. Can we still remember what our vowels are? Our 5 vowels. It's the A, the E, the I, the O, and the U. The rest of the other letters of the alphabet are called the consonants. All right. But with the vowel sounds, the A, the E, the I, the O, and the U are much easier to say because nothing touches. You can also practice this at home. When you say A, the mouth is open. The E, it is still open. I is still open. O, it is still open. And the U is still open. That is why it's very, very easier to pronounce the vowel sounds. But now, let's quickly look. Which of these words do you think are the long vowels? Let me explain. When we look at the long vowels, we normally have 2 of the vowel sounds in one word. But the trick is we only focus or we only say the first letters in the words, the first vowel sounds that we see. The second vowel sounds that we see in the words are normally the silent ones. They only appear when we are writing, but when we say, they disappear. That's what silent means. For example, the word this. And the pronunciation of the vowel sound also stays as the same as the alphabetical name. What is the name of this letter here in the alphabet? It's an E. So with the long vowel sounds, the letter E remains the E as the alphabetical name. But what if it was this word here? It only has one vowel sound. So the sound itself changes. We don't pronounce it like a letter name of the alphabet, but the sound of the E changes and it becomes the E for the. Ne? So whenever we have two vowel sounds, for example, even here, we have an I and then we have an E. But the trick is we only focus on the first letter, on the first vowel. The second one is always silent. We don't say pear or something else. No, we only say I. We pronounce it as the same letter as the alphabetical name. Now it stays the same. For example, here also, face. What can you hear? You can hear A, is it not? It's exactly the same as the alphabetical name. It doesn't change the sound of the vowel sound. Whenever, but that is only if we have two vowel sounds in a word, which actually makes the word a long vowel sound word. The second vowel is just undercover. It only appears when we write them. When we say them, when we have to say the word, it's silent. All right? How about this one here? Can you read for me the word here? Cat. Okay, we can say cut, cut. Okay, Landra says cut. Nay. But now, what about the silent E? Yeah? Whenever we put, the moment we put the E, the word here changes. Nay. What sound does it make? What is the name of this letter in the alphabet? U. So it has to be cute. Nay, can you see the trick? It says the U. The name of this letter is a U. So when we have to change it into the long vowel, the name of the U vowel sound stays the same. It stays as a U, the name of the alphabet. Nay. And then the E comes at the end, which makes the whole word the long vowel. Nay. Let's quickly look on our short vowels. Whenever we are having only one vowel in a word, the vowel sound changes. We no longer say E in the alphabet because this letter's name on the alphabetical chart, it's the letter E. We say it E, but when we have to pronounce it in a word, it changes the sound and it becomes the E sound. Can you see that? Because it's only one vowel sound. How about this one? Can we say it A? No, although the letter name is A, but only if it's one, we say the sound, not the name of the alphabet. So this one becomes the E for mat. How about this one here? It's a letter I, but we cannot say wine. Ne? We cannot say wine because it's a letter I. It's alone. That's why we have to pronounce it differently. We give it the sound, not the name. Ne? The sound, and we say it's the win. How about this one? Rub. The U is the name of that sound there. Ne? It's the U, but when it's alone, without the other vowel sounds, it gives the A sound, which makes the word rub. Can you get it? All right. Let's quickly go back to our worksheet. Okay, so the instruction says that we have to color in all the long vowel sounds with a red pen, with a red color pencil, and then the short vowels with a blue. For example, let's quickly take the word like. How many vowel sounds do you see in the word like? Yes, it's correct. We have two vowel sounds, the I and the E, but we only pronounce the word using the first vowel sound, which we say we read it as the alphabetical name, as the I, ne? And we don't say like. We ignore the last vowel sound because it's silent. We don't read it out. So you have to circle the whole, you have to color the whole circle with a red pencil. How about the next one? Net. We have the E sound. Are there two vowels? No, only one. So it means the E there makes the E sound to make it a short sound word. So it's only net. So I would like for you to do the rest of the vowel sounds accordingly. Follow your instructions and then you color the long with the red and the short with the blue. All right, I would like for you to turn to page 19. And this following activity will be both for grade 2 and grade 3 level. Word search. I hope you like to search for words because they are in there playing hide and seek. The previous lessons you have done all the other sounds, but for this lesson, I will just quickly introduce to you the sh sound, okay? How do you say the sh sound? With the sh sound, I'll quickly show you, just here the picture. You move your lips a little bit outwards and then you breathe out to say the sh. Let us all practice. Shh. You move your lips outwards and then you breathe out through your mouth. Shh. That is how you pronounce the sh sound. And so I have few words here with the sh sound, like for example, the shovel. We have the shorts. I'll just flash this ones quickly. We have the shorts, nice beautiful blue shorts. And then we have the shoes, shirt, all of these sounds, the shirt, just like laundry shirt, pretty. All of these words, all of them are beginning with a sh sound. And then we have the ship, nice ship, sailing on water. And then we have the shadow. We all have shadows, right? It's also the sh sound. Let us just quickly go through the sh sound words. The shorts, blue pair of shorts, shoes, shirt, like we say, like laundry shirt, and the ship sailing on water. And then we have shadow. All right. So let's quickly go back to our word search. Now, how do we search words in a word search? The first one has already been done for you. So let's quickly go to the next one. It says shall. What do? You need to find the sh sound first. Let us find the word sh sound. Oh, I got it. And then we look for the next words, which is the L. Sh sound. First, you have to look for the sh sound. And then we take the rest of the letters, which is the L, which makes the sh, shall. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth row. 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth row. You are counting downwards, vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth row. From the second letter. The first letter is the I, but then you draw or color it in from the L until you reach the S. Can you see it? Yes, it's fourth row downwards, vertically. The first letter is the I, but you don't include the I because it only says shall, so the word ends with a shall. Okay? So you encircle it or you color it in, and when you find the word in the word search, you have to scratch it out also in the box. All right. I would like for you to find the rest of the words. Play with the words because they are playing hide and seek with them. With you actually. I hope you have enjoyed our previous lesson on the sh sound. And I hope you'll be able to pronounce the sh words correctly. Now I would like for us to turn to page 20, grade 2 level, prepositions. But what are prepositions? Prepositions are words that connects the noun or pronoun to the rest of a sentence. Now, for example, let's quickly look at number 1. Okay, first of all, let's quickly look the words, all the prepositions in the box. We have behind, on, under, in front, and in. All of those words are positions, all right? And we have to use those words in the sentence to connect the nouns to the rest of the sentence. We have done nouns, okay? The name of the things, the places, or other things, okay? All right, so let's quickly read number 1. The chick is the egg. There's a gap there. There has to be a preposition to connect the noun, which is the chick, to the rest of the sentence. So which one do you think we'll be able to put in there? Should we say the chick is behind? Or should we say the chick is on, under, in front, or in? Check where the chick is. Yes, that is correct. The chick is in the egg. So the word in is a preposition that connects the noun to the rest of a sentence. All right? I would like for you to do number 2, number 3, and number 4, and number 5 by filling in the prepositions. The pictures are there to guide you. Here on the chalkboard, I have also few. It's about the cat. It's about different positions of where the cat is. For example, the first position, where do you see the cat? We have the box and the cat. Where do you see the cat? That is correct. The cat is next to the box. It is next to the box. That is also the position where the cat is. Very good. Sorry, let me just quickly get my post-it. Next to the box. Now, where do you see the cat? On top, or it is climbing down the box. Nay, it is climbing down the box. Very good. Those are also all the prepositions. And the next one, where is the cat? Inside. The cat is inside of the box. So we cannot just say the cat, the box. No, there has to be a connection. And that is where the prepositions comes in. It connects the nouns to the rest of the sentence. Very good. We have the cat here. Where do you think the cat is? It is under or underneath the box. We cannot just say the cat, the box. We have to see the position where the cat is, which is underneath the box. How about this one here? Where is the cat? It is outside or in front. We can also say it moved out of the box. So it's outside. It's no longer inside. And how about now? In between. Very good, Landre. It's in between of the two boxes. So the prepositions basically tells us the position of something, and it connects the nouns to the rest of a sentence. Oops. Okay, let's quickly go back to our worksheet. We can turn to page 21, grade 3 level. It is also about the prepositions. Here you have a picture of different people doing different kinds of things. So you have to search for the prepositions and then fill in the spaces provided for you. For example, let's quickly look at number 8. The child is looking. The blanket. Now let's find the child that has a blanket in his hand. Where is the child? Oh, there he is. There he is. I found him. So what is he doing? What is the child doing? There's a child, the blanket, and the dog. So he's looking under the blanket. So the word under connects the noun to the rest of the sentence. It is a preposition. Now I would like for you to do number B, number C, number D, E, and F as well. All right, I hope you have enjoyed our previous lesson on prepositions. Now I would like for you to turn to page 22. We will talk about the articles on grade 2 level. What are articles? Articles are the words, the tiny words we use in front of the words. Like for example, the nouns, to be more specific. We use the articles A in front of the words that begin with the alphabetical letters, but not the vowel sounds. Remember, we have 5 vowels, and the rest of the 21 letters of the alphabet, we use the letter A in front of those words. Now, and for the vowel sounds, the A, the E, the I, O, and the U, we use the word N before we can actually pronounce those words. Let's quickly look at number 1. The number 1 says hour. That one is the letter H. It starts with the letter H. But there are a lot of exceptions when it comes to English language. So we have to listen to the way we pronounce the words. When we pronounce the word hour, what do you hear? That is correct. We hear the letter A sound in the word hour. That is correct. So in this case, we can say an hour. We use the article N in front of the word hour because that is what we hear. We don't say hour. All right, good. Let's move to number 8, next to number 1. We have the sh sound again, like our previous lesson. The sheep. Is S part of the vowel sound or is it a consonant? The S. Now you always have to refer back to your alphabet if you get confused. That is correct. S is a consonant and not a vowel. If it's a consonant, then we use the article a sheep. We don't say an sheep, a sheep. Let's quickly go to number 2. Carpet. The C, the letter that is beginning with the word carpet. Is it the vowel sound or the consonant? Yes, that is correct. It is not a vowel sound. So what we use in that case, we use the word a carpet. So in short, we use the N article in front of the words beginning with the vowel sound. Let's quickly look at number 11. It says orange. Orange begins with the letter O. Is O part of the vowels or the consonants? Yes. It is part of a vowel sound. So we use the article N. So which means before we say the word orange, we have to pronounce it as an orange. Let's turn to page 23. Now this is on grade 3 level. Here we will add another article, which is the article. So that one, we use it for the definite words. Now it's called the definite article. We use the word the when we are referring to a more specific thing. For example, let's quickly read number 1. We saw lion at the zoo. Let's quickly use all the articles there. We saw a lion. The a article can mean any lion, but we cannot use the word an lion. Why? because the word lion doesn't start with a vowel sound. So the moment we use the word the, we are more specific. We are focusing on one particular lion at the zoo. So we can either use the article a or the article the in the first sentence. It's definitely correct because you can just talk about a random lion or the most specific one, but we don't use the article in the middle. Let's go to number 2. I eat apple every day. So what article do you think will fit there? Can we say I eat a apple every day? A apple is out because the apple word begins with a vowel sound. So we have to use another one. All right? Normally we have learned that if a word begins with a vowel sound, we use the word article N before the word. So you can say, I eat an apple every day. And we cannot also say, I eat the apple. We cannot say that unless if we can pronounce the word the differently as to the apple. All right, because it's article, it's beginnings with a vowel sound. So I would like for you to do the rest of the sentences on your own. And remember to use the articles correctly and pronounce them correctly as well. Now we have come to the end of our lesson. Remember to always wear your mask whenever you need to go outside and always keep a bottle of hand sanitizer in your hands to sanitize your hands nicely to keep all the germs away. Do not forget your thumbs as well. And now we will invite our friend Zoshki to come and say goodbye. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Shoshi and I am Peck. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that, it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
Thank you, Teacher Gureras, for teaching us all about vowels and phonics. So now I hope you are ready, grade 5s, because it's week 3, lesson 3, science.
Hello there and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Mr. Ashela. Let's welcome Chanel to the studio today. But before we begin today's lesson, let us abide to COVID-19's rules. We'll begin by sanitizing our hands, making sure that we do it thoroughly. Also at the back of your hand, around your thumb. Make sure your hands are dry. Let us do the distance drill. Make sure that you're not touching anyone. Right. Today's lesson is on diseases. Right. All right, grade 5s. Let us turn to page 19 for today's lesson. Right. Our learning objective for today is know basic information about diseases, types of diseases, the methods of prevention, and the impacts of a disease. Right, our competency for today is state how to prevent malaria and TB. We'll begin by checking our vocabulary, which today's word is disease. A disease, a disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific symptoms or signs. Today's lesson is on diseases. We'll be focusing on malaria and TB. Let us look at malaria. What is malaria? Malaria is a type of fever caused by protozoan parasite which invades the red blood cells and is transmitted by mosquitoes in many tropical and subtropical regions. Okay, we'll not go into detail to explain what is malaria further. We'll rather move on to the prevention measures of this disease. As we all know, malaria is caused by a protozoan, which is like a virus or an animal that invades the human body and causes dysfunction. Right. How do we avoid getting malaria? Let us look at the prevention measures that we can look at. Right. How to prevent malaria? Malaria can be prevented in the following ways. The first one could be by the use of anti-malarial drugs and the use of protection measures against mosquito bites. Second one could be you should apply insect repellent to exposed skin. A third one, you should wear long-sleeved clothing and long pants if you are outdoors at night. Number 4, use a mosquito net over your bed if your bedroom is not air conditioned or screened. Number 5, spray an insecticide or repellent on clothing, as mosquitoes may not bite through thin clothing. And number 6, which is not last but least, avoid still standing water or moist areas. Right. Any other prevention that you can do at home, you can use the common tree that we have at home or in our areas, the lemon eucalyptus tree, which is very common in Namibia. You can use that to also remedy mosquito bites at home. And also, you can rub the inside of a banana peel to your skin to avoid getting bit by mosquitoes. Right? There's a lot of other prevention measures that we can use naturally, but I'll not go into detail with those. We can maybe ask our parents at home to give us more in details or search for us on the internet. Okay, grade 5s, let us turn to page 21 where we'll be discussing our second disease for this lesson. Our second disease is TB or tuberculosis. What is tuberculosis or what is TB? TB is an infectious bacterial disease characterized by the growth of nodules, tubercles, in the tissues, especially the lungs. How is TB or tuberculosis spread? It says it can be spread when a person who has the active disease in their lungs through the air. Active means the TB germs are multiplying and spreading in your body. Or it can also be spread by or when you are in close contact with someone who has the disease. Right. So how do we prevent getting TB? First one, excuse me. Right. How to prevent TB? Provide education on preventing TB like cough etiquette. Avoid extended close contact with someone who has TB. Number 3, air out rooms regularly, which means you should open the windows, keep the air well ventilated. Number 4, cover your face with a mask that is approved for protection against tuberculosis or TB. Number 5, wash your hands regularly. Number 6, don't visit other people and don't invite them to visit you if they are said to have TB. Right. All right, grade 5s. Now that you have learned what is malaria and you also learned what is tuberculosis and the ways to prevent these diseases, let us turn to page 22 for a fun quiz time. Right. Question 1. Try to remember any 2 methods on how to prevent each of the following diseases. Number 1, malaria. 2, TB. Okay, please guys, try to do this on your own without looking at the answers. And if need be, you can ask someone, an adult at home, to assist you. Okay. Before we say goodbye, I'd like us to still remember to sanitize our hands thoroughly, in and so on top of your hands, around your thumb. Okay, and then we do the distance drill. Make sure that we're not touching anyone in any way. Okay, from us here in the studio, until next time, it's ta-da!
Hi everyone, my name is Shoshi and I am Peg. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that, it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
Thank you, teacher Ashela, for teaching us all about the different diseases. So now it's time for our grade 7's week 1, lesson 1, science.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Linda Shipanga, and welcome to my friend. Today's lesson is grade 7 science. But before we start with our lesson, remember to put on your mask, and let's also sanitize our hands. Let's rub it through our fingers and around our hands. And also do not forget the social distance on the sides and to the front as well. Now, today's lesson is health education, sexuality, and sexual health. Please turn to page 23. Health education, sexuality, and sexual health. Now let's quickly look at our competencies. Identify from diagrams the different stages of sexual development from infancy to old age. Investigate and report on different sources of information and support about sexual health and sexuality. Explain what constitutes sexual health, be it physical or emotional. Explain why sexual health is important. Now the vocabulary. Sexuality. Sexuality is the physical and emotional readiness for sexual intercourse. Sexual health. Being physically, mentally, socially healthy in relation to sexuality. Let's turn to page 24, where we have different diagrams or pictures on the stages of the human development. Now, on the chalkboard, we have different stages of sexual development. The first stage is a baby or infant, and then we have the childhood. The next stage is the adolescent, and the next stage will be the adulthood, as you can see, and the last stage is the old age. Now, let's move on to the sources of information and support about sexual health and sexuality. You know, as young children, as adolescents, you need to have information on sexual health and your sexuality. But your friends are not really that well equipped with information. So you need to visit different places that can offer you with good quality information. These places, we call them the sources of information on sexuality and sexual health. Now, these places are the clinics and hospitals, the Lifeline and Childline, the Women and Child Protection Unit. Now we are moving on to what constitutes sexual health, be it physical or emotional. What constitutes sexual health, you shouldn't only be physically healthy, be it you preventing yourself from getting STDs or sexually transmitted diseases. You should also have a positive and a respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships. That's basically what constitutes sexual health. Now, why is it important for you to be healthy sexually? So that you can live a happy life, to avoid getting infections, and to avoid unwanted pregnancies. Let's turn to page 25. On page 25, you can find your activity. This is activity 1. Number 1, identify the stages of sexual development from the diagrams below. You should just fill in the spaces provided. Number 2, explain why sexual health is important. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. And please remember to sanitize your hands and always put on your mask. So goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Joshi. And make sure to always make a helicopter circle, stretching your arms out and spinning around like me. And make sure you're not touching anyone while doing this. Goodbye.
Thank you, Teacher Shipanga, for that exciting and healthy lesson. So now it's again our grade 7s for week 2, lesson 2, science.
Hello, welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Linda Shipanga, and I'm not alone. I'm with Pomwene. Welcome, Pomwene. And let's always remember to put on our masks. And we should always sanitize our hands in between the fingers as well. And do not forget the social distance. So today's lesson will be it's Science Grade 7, Health Education, Sexuality, and Sexual Health. All right, let's turn to page 23, where we'll be looking at our basic competencies. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to discuss and compare methods of maintaining sexual health. And you should be able to identify risky sexual practices. And you should also be able to describe the impact of risky sexual practices on the individual, family, community, and society. Now, the vocabulary, these are the new words that you have to learn. Risky, the word risky means involving the possibility of something bad happening. Impact, the influence that one thing has on something else. To maintain means to keep something. Now let's look at the methods of maintaining sexual health. As you can see on the chalkboard, we have different pictures on different methods of maintaining sexual health. The first one is abstinence. To abstain basically meaning to say no to sex. To all the sexual activities, you should totally abstain, you should totally say no. And then we move to the next one, is faithfulness. You must be faithful to one trustable partner. In this method of maintaining sexual health, if one or both of the partners are not faithful to each other, and then they have sexual intercourse with somebody else, which is, for example, unprotected sex, then they can contract an STD or STI, which is sexually transmitted infections, and then they can pass it on to their partner. So this faithfulness is mostly suitable for married couples. And then we move to condom use. So we have different types of condoms. You can find the condoms at the clinics or hospitals. And then we have two types of condoms for male condoms, and the female condoms, which are called the femidoms. So you can still make use of the condoms. The condoms act as a barrier between the two partners, just the same way as the doctors are putting on gloves to protect themselves and their patients from getting germs. It works the same way. So the condoms traps sperms so that they do not go to the next person. The sperms do not enter the woman, so she will not be able to contract any infections, and then she will not be able to fall pregnant. Among these three methods of maintaining sexual health, abstinence is the best and the most effective method. And you should actually abstain. All right? Now, let's quickly turn to page 24, whereby we'll be looking at the risky sexual practices. What are risky sexual practices? These are actions that put you in danger and that have a negative impact on your sexual health. What are these risky sexual practices? Sex without a condom, multiple sexual partners. When you have more than one sexual partner, for a boy, maybe you have three girlfriends, or for a girl, you have maybe two boyfriends, for instance, and you are having sexual intercourse with all of them. Those are multiple sexual partners. Sugar daddies and sugar mummies. Let's look at the sugar daddies. What are sugar daddies? Sugar daddies are older men, much older men, that usually engage into sexual relationships with much younger girls. They give them money and they give them gifts, and they have sexual intercourse with them. Sugar mummies are older, much older ladies that have sexual intercourse or sexual relationship with much younger boys, and they give them gifts, they give them money and all sorts kind of things. Sometimes they even give them a lift to school in their cars. And then we look at the sex workers. Sex workers, these are people that sell sex for money. They go at the lights, for example, the robots there, and then they find men, they get into their cars according to what they have agreed on, and then they get into men's cars, and then when they go to their place, have sexual intercourse with them, and then they get paid for having sexual intercourse with different kind of men. And those activities are very risky because now you are having sex with this person, having sex with another person. Imagine you having sexual intercourse with 5 different kind of people. It will be so difficult to tell each one to put on a condom. Okay, you come to this one, put on a condom, at the end of the day, you are like, I'm getting used to this one now, and then it's not always easy to convince now each and every person to use a condom. At the end of the day, you might just end up having unprotected sexual intercourse, and then that's really, really risky. Let's move on to the impacts. These are physical and emotional impacts of risky sexual practices on the individual, on the family, community, and society. When you engage in these risky sexual practices, it doesn't only affect you, it affects your family, it affects the community, and just the society at large. Your neighbors. What are the physical impacts? Death. You can die. When you contract diseases like HIV, you might die. And then it also leads to spreading of diseases. You pass the disease to this person and then to the next person, just like that. It also leads to unwanted pregnancies. And the other impact as well are looking after a baby of a sick person. Now, you are sick, your parents or your neighbors or just your family members have to look after that baby because you are sick, or when you have died. Now people have to look after your children or your baby when you have died. It can be the community, yes, or your family members. Now, what are the emotional impacts? This is the head of feelings. When you are, for example, when you are sick, it affects people. People are hurt. Everybody's thinking about it, and it affects them really badly. Okay? So now that's our lesson on different kinds of methods of maintaining sexual health, risky sexual practices, and the physical and emotional impacts. Okay, so you should be able to do this activity on page 25. Quickly go to page 25 so that we can look at this activity. A, discuss and compare methods of maintaining sexual health. Discuss and compare methods of maintaining sexual health. Those are 3 methods that I want you to answer there. And B, identify risky sexual practices. C, describe the impact, be it physical and emotional altogether. These are the impact of risky sexual practices on the individual, on the family, community, and society. Okay, let's quickly recap on our lesson for today, which is sexual health. And then we looked at the methods of maintaining sexual health, which is abstinence, faithfulness, and condom use. And the risky sexual practices are sex without a condom, multiple sexual partners, sugar daddies and sugar mummies, sex workers. The impacts, or be it physical or emotional, of the risky sexual practices on the family, individual, community, and society. It can lead to death, spreading of diseases, unwanted pregnancies, and looking after a baby of a sick person or a dead person. And this can also lead to hurt of feelings of family members and just the community at large. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson. So let's not forget to always wear our masks, sanitize, and then do not remember the social distance. As from me and Pomwene, it's goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Shashi. And Simon says don't touch your face, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth unless your hands are super clean. Bye!
Thank you everyone for tuning in to our different educational lessons. But now we will also be checking in the Kavango East with Manette Hiavali, who is a parent and will be telling us all about this exciting online learning experience.
As a parent, I would like to thank the Ministry of Education for coming up with the booklet initiative. It's really been helpful because before this initiative, we did not know what to do with the children at home. So with the booklets, they're easy to read. And also they are content that is really good. The information is straightforward, and as a parent, I am able to help my children understand this content. Now, to my fellow parents, I would just like to encourage them that, these booklets are also an opportunity for us to bond with our children and to teach them, also to understand what the teachers are going through when they're teaching our kids, and to be more patient with them. The only issue that I've experienced with these booklets is that for those that are not able to read, our elders, our illiterate parents, it's going to be a bit of an issue for them because they might not know how to, help their children with this homework. So maybe the school should look into that aspect and see how they can engage those parents and assist them as well.
Wow, it's wonderful hearing from our different parents and them sharing their experience in this entire journey. So now before I go, we'll be watching an interview my friend Elizabeth Joseph did with one of our teachers. And that's it for today. So please remember, wash your hands, stay safe, sanitize, and goodbye.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Joseph, and today we're in studio again with another teacher that has some processes for us. She wants to share her story of what it is that she's been doing here at NMH for the last couple of weeks. So before we get into any of that, I think I might have misplaced my hand sanitizer, but just in case you're wondering, we were about to sanitize our hands. So right, let's just get straight into it, but please don't forget to sanitize your hands and keep a mask on at all time. So ma'am, thank you so much for being with me today. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
All right. So just tell me a bit about yourself. Who are you? Just introduce yourself to me and the viewers.
My name is Celia, and I'm a PA at St. Paul's College. That's how I got involved, because my boss pushes me into everything. Yeah, and that's how I started. My IT skills is what she needed, and there we go.
All right. So what have you been doing here at NMH?
At NMH, I've just been involved with the booklets, making the booklets. Mostly IT skills. The work is sent to us, and then we do a bit of layout, and whatever we don't manage, then NMH does the rest.
All right. And how has that process been like for you? How does it feel like to have a hand in this and to be able to say, you know, I had a part in this? Really
privileged, stressful as well, I must say, but really privileged. And you just hope that the children get something out of it, that it's not just, you don't just work all these hours and nobody really learns. Because in the end, you're doing it for them, trying to reach as many and trying to get them to learn without someone right there, a teacher right there. That helps.
All right, awesome. Would you just like to encourage we want all the teachers when they come in here just to encourage their kids on another level, because I cannot encourage them because they probably don't even know who I am. But you can just give them a word of encouragement just to keep them going during these times.
Oh yes, when the going gets tough, you get tougher. You just push through. You never stop trying. Never cheat, because the answers are in the booklets. And I keep saying every time, don't cheat. Just do it yourself, because then you actually learn something.
All right, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you, ma'am, also for being
welcome.
A lovely guest. So keep it locked here on MyZone's Facebook page just to see if your teacher might be walking into the door next. My name is Elizabeth Joseph, and it has been my pleasure. From us here in the studio, it is bye-bye.
Bye.